What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube. Today we have just the favourite videos of all time, the fan favourite. We have a full day of eating, so let's get into it. Okay, so meal one has virtually been the same every day since I've been here, and it is okay, so meal one has virtually been the same pretty much every day since I got here. In fact, I think it has been every day since I got here. And it's going to be egg white omelette with, well, an egg omelette, mostly egg whites, with one whole egg. We'll have that with red onion, pepper, green chili, carrots on the side. These baby carrots are elite. And then I'm going to have some pineapple and pomegranate. And a couple of slices of gluten-free bread. Alright. I've waited way too long to eat this meal, but I've had a very busy morning. I've been to the government today to set up my my visa and my Emirates ID, so I can truly sort of set life up. But this here will be about 500 calories or so, a little bit more probably. Why do I know that? Because like I say, I've eaten it every day for the last 2 weeks. So we have eggs, 2 whole eggs, egg whites, 230 grams, carrots, 140 grams, pineapple, 111 grams. The amounts are virtually all in there for me. Pomegranate, we had 40 grams, there we go. Coconut oil, a teaspoon, and then we just have the bread, gluten-free bread. It was 65 grams. And then some preserve, which is this little one that Tom showed me actually. It's more fruit than sugar, which means it's slightly lower calorie. I'm not going to track the pepper, onion or chili on this occasion. And there we go, 600 calories. Grand total of 42 protein, 72 carb and 18 fat. And that is meal one, ladies and gentlemen. It's also pre-workout meal. Now you see, I like to change what I'm wearing regularly per day for no real reason other than that my brain says, put those shorts on, Joe. So today we're going with the VQ sun faded t-shirt, which by the way is probably like my favourite collection. Not from like a print graphics perspective, but the fact that I've washed this now 3-4 times and it hasn't even downsized in the slightest, which I feel is rare to come by for most t-shirts nowadays. So I'm wearing that with my Nike yoga vest underneath. This top will certainly be coming off. And then I've got these Nike Trail shorts on, which are looking hella short right now. And in fairness, they are pretty short. But I got into my head that like short shorts, white socks and an Air Force, like it looks alright, you know. So that's what we're going with today. And of course, the GOAT, as ever. I've been joking about this recently. I beg supplements bring out some new flavours, because I can only tell you so many times that pre-pump is the best pump on the market. But I want them to be new flavours, do you know what I mean? For reference, by the way, the flavours are good. There's alien juice and sour stardust. Like, they're nice flavours, but like, switch it up, you know what I mean? Anyway, if you buy any Vanquish, you can get 10% off with Joe10. That code is now evergreen, and I'd love it if you used it. and for supplement needs it's bright content. Right, that is the first pull session of the new block boxed off. Obviously I didn't show you all of it, but we went through abs first, then kind of mid-back lat row on the prime, and I went into the sort of cross-body pull down using the cable stack into what was supposed to be like an upper back prone dumbbell row, but I've really knackered my back this week doing hacks. I've proper messed it up, so I wanted to do something just fully braced where I didn't have to lug dumbbells around. So we did that. That was length and partials, and then into rope pullover, and then some calves at the end. So that's how it's done. Very good session. I enjoyed that one, and I can imagine that it's going to taper up a lot in terms of intensifiers, intensity, volume, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, excited to get that one out of the way. Anyway, I've got to get back home now for a consult call, and then we will continue with the full day of eating. Oh, the PW meal, the PW. So we got 150 carrots again, love it. 75 pineapple. 50 grams of pomegranate, some green beans in there, and there was 204 grams of cooked chicken, and then another 2 slices of bread, 30 grams of jam. That is the post-workout meal. And of course, you can see I am desperate to see in the dark with all these carrots. No, but legit, they're insane. I don't know why they're so good. They just need a bit of salt on it. This meat we've got here is from a place called the Meat Avenue, and I was laughing on Instagram earlier this week because some years ago, back when I lived in Wandsworth, I had quite a traumatic experience whereby, bearing in mind I was tight then, like I didn't have much money, and I purposely bought my meat from Muscle Food because it was, you know, cheap, affordable, in bulk. It was good, but they always had terrible delivery, and the DPD driver would just leave it like at my door or in my block of flats, and a whole box of meat got stolen. And the worst bit is, their delivery, it wasn't like next day, like you scheduled a day like 5 days in advance. So you can imagine I've precisely planned the day in which my meat would arrive. I wrote a note and like stuck it up in the block of flats. I said, whoever stole my box of meat, you are a scumbag. I came back downstairs another day and it was like screwed up on the floor. Now we're in a nice apartment block in Dubai, and the meat gets delivered not in 5 days, but actually in 2 hours. And this is one of them. So this is like red tawuk flavoured chicken. If I was on prep, I'd probably be a bit more cautious of, because there's obviously some flavours on there. I'm not sure what they are. I don't imagine it's anything particularly calorific, but I wouldn't just put in 200 grams of cooked chicken breast, which is what I am doing today. That meal is 588 calories. And the scores and the doors for the protein, carbs and fats are 68 protein. Oh no, hold on. Let me add the coconut oil. Okay, so total calories for the day, 1200 so far. 620 calories in that second meal. And the correct scores and the doors are 68 carb, 68 in this meal. So in this meal we've got 68 carb, 10 fat, 67 protein. And what I'll do after this is I'll make just a little sweet treat, aka casein pudding, just to top up that protein, and that'll tide me over until dinner, which will be in about 2 hours. Right, what are we saying? Is that working? Is that working, or am I too dark? Right, ladies and gentlemen, I've turned you around to face this way because I think otherwise you're going to get very bored of looking at this corner. Do you know what I mean? So, I found this stuff in Dubai. It's the first time I've ever seen it. It's just casein, by the way. Don't get too excited. But what it does do fantastically well is mix up into a lovely like pudding type protein dessert, I guess. So it's not the highest in protein, which is, to be honest, fine, because what I do is I add a little bit of an isolate to it, which is arguably defeating the object, because of course casein is a slow releasing protein, but I'm not taking it because it's a slow releasing protein. I'm taking it because it's a good quality protein and it tastes good. So I've done 61 grams there, and that will be circa 30 grams of protein. Yeah, just over 30 grams of protein. 4 grams of fat in that, and 8 grams of carbs. So fairly heavy. Like, you know, if your food was getting a bit low, this probably ain't for you. But my food isn't that low at the moment. I think I mentioned earlier I'm on 3000. So you've caught me well though. Today's the last day of my 3000 calorie challenge. So you're seeing all my little diet hacks, if you will, which basically just means I eat plenty of vegetables and there are no diet hacks. I just make this little protein pudding, which is decent. So let's whip it up. I'll show you how it looks. I'm going to bang it in the freezer for a bit, and then yeah, we'll get into it. What we have here, quite simply, is 326 calories of mostly protein. 326 calories, so 60 Prodo, 20 isolate, 180 ml of almond milk, and then we have 326kcals, 17 carb, 8 fat, all from the Prodo, and 67 protein. But more importantly, what we have is an absolute taste sensation, and a bowl that would easily finish your day off. Like, that's a nightcap if ever I've seen one. It's not going to be my nightcap, but it bloody well could be. And it has actual chopped chips in it. And because of the flavours that I've used, I've got a salted caramel chopped chip cookie with like the peanut butter lacing. Like, what more could you want? Right, here we go then. The penultimate meal. Chicken, rice and veg, would you believe? It's the rest of the chicken that I cooked earlier. The red tawuk. I've then chucked the rice in the pan with the chicken to give it a bit of flavour. 125 grams boiled in the bag. Surprise, surprise, carrots and green beans. And then with some, I found this sweet hot sauce here. Indo food, it's from Indo food, sweet, hot, sweet, unreal. 20 grams of that. And where does that leave us, you ask? Well, I'll have you know, it leaves us on 2,427 calories, which leaves 573 for the day. And this final meal has, well, this penultimate meal has 800 calories in it, made up of 113 carb, 8 fat, 65 pro. And that leaves, at the end of the day, my final meal, which will be coming right up, needs to be 41 grams of protein, 97 grams of carbs, and minimal fat, 1 gram of fat. So you can bet your ass there's going to be some sort of rice-based cereal and some protein powder, isn't it?
What? What do you mean? There's a lady we're looking for? Someone called Carla? Yeah.
We're saying too dark. Need a bit more light in here, maybe. Let's see. Final meal of the day. 100 grams of ground rice. Is that not even ground rice? It's rice flour. 50 grams of the bum isolate. Vanilla oatmeal cookie with about 45 grams of this. And that will finish the day on, ladies and gents. Let's have a look, shall we? Rice flour. Rice. Rice flour. 100 G's. Isolate. Isolate. 50 G's. Coconut almond. 50 G's. Thank you very much. 2,982 calories, 274 protein, 363 carb, 50 fat. Absolutely sensational. In an ideal world, I would have some blueberries in here, but I don't, so it's not an ideal world. That's me, ladies and gents. I'm going to finish this off. I hope you enjoyed that full day of eating at 3,000 calories, gluten-free, fat loss phase done, 3 weeks in and out. We took 6 kilos off. And now we have a pretty aggressive push back up. So from tomorrow, my food goes back to 4,750. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, let me know. Peace out. See you in the next one.